welcome back to my YouTube channel, English with Antara. First of all, we have a new background and I hope all of you like it because I'm in love with it. Okay, let's start the video. Today I'm here with another pronunciation lesson for all of you. We are going to look at the contractions in English. Contractions are words like I've, we've, doesn't, didn't, don't, and there are many more of these words. Seriously, it's an endless list to be honest. And today we are drilling down on these words. These words are really important for your spoken English and to sound more like a native speaker, because these contractions won't improve your written English. And that's because these contractions are not really common in written English, but they're common in spoken English. In this video, I'll tell you what a contraction is, and then we'll look at contractions according to their type, and at the end I also have a little practice for you. So if you're interested, please stick around. For those who don't know, a contraction is a short version of one word or a few words that has usually fewer letters in it. And these contractions are usually unstressed in a sentence. They are short and unstressed. For example, I have, and the contraction of this is I've. Another example is doesn't is the contraction of does not. I'm is the contraction of I am. So you see, these contractions are actually really easy, but they're still important. Now let me make this video even easier. I've divided this lesson into several sections, into several sets of contractions according to the contractions type. And the first set of contractions is the contractions of the verb do. I'm sure all of you must have heard of don't before. Don't is the contraction of do not. Don't. So you see here, the O of not is omitted. Now how do you make these contractions at all? Well, usually in the negative contractions, you replace the O with an apostrophe and you join the two words, which becomes don't. For example, I don't like cake. I don't like cake. I do not like cake. Another contraction is doesn't, which is the contraction of does not. She doesn't like cake. Here again, I replace the O with an apostrophe and join the two words. She doesn't like cake. She does not like cake. And the last on this set is didn't, and I'm sure all of you must have heard of this one before. This is did not. For example, you didn't get my laugh right. You didn't get my laugh right. In all of these contractions, you may notice that I replaced the O of not with an apostrophe and I've just joined the two words. Don't, doesn't, and didn't. So isn't that really easy, guys? Now friends, let's move on to the next set of contractions. These are the contractions of the verb have. These contractions are also really easy. First is I've, which is the contraction of I have. Instead of omitting just one letter, we are actually omitting two letters. Those are H and A. We are omitting the H and A of have and we are replacing it by an apostrophe. I've. For example, I've had my dinner. I have had my dinner. Next is I'd, which is the short form of I had. Here again, we replace the HA of had with an apostrophe and we just join the two words. And there you have your contraction. I'd. I had seen a weird object on the table. I'd seen a weird object on the table. So that's why for third person singular nouns we use the verb has. And we also have a short form of has, like for example, she has reduces down to she's, or he has reduces down to his. For example, she has completed her homework, she's completed her homework, or he's completed his homework. And there is also a contraction called they, which is the short form of they have. They've completed the homework, they have completed their homework. Let's move on to the negative contractions of have. First is haven't. This one is also really common. Haven't is the short form of have not. I haven't completed my homework. I have not completed my homework. And we also have hasn't, which is has not. She hasn't completed her homework, which is she has not completed her homework. Quickly, now let me tell you a really cool thing. Please focus on the sentence, I have not completed my homework. If you want to use a contraction in this sentence, there are two possibilities. I haven't completed my homework. Notice the contraction here, haven't. And the second is, I've not completed my homework. Again, notice the contraction I've. Both of these contractions are absolutely correct, they're absolutely fine, and they mean the same thing. I feel like a lot of people forget to learn this really simple formula, or they've never realized this simple fact. But I think it's important to know this. Right, let's move on to the contractions of the verb be. First contraction is I'm, which is the contraction of I am. It's really simple, and I'm sure all of you know about this. In this contraction, we omit the word a. So we replace the a of am with an apostrophe and we join those two words together. That creates the contraction of I am. For example, I'm a student. I am a student. Next is she's, which is the short form of she is. She is a student. And lastly, they're students. They are students. There is the short form of they are. And in this contraction, we replace the a of are with an apostrophe and we just join those two words together. That's really easy. Let's also take a look at the negative contractions. First contraction is isn't, which is the short form of is not. She isn't a student. The next contraction is are not, which becomes aren't. They aren't students, or we aren't students. Next contraction is weren't. Weren't is the short form of were not. Here again, I replace the O with an apostrophe and I join those two words together. For example, we weren't told about this. And lastly, the contraction of shall not is shan't. No, it's not shalln't, it's shan't. And don't ask me why, it is just the way it is, shan't. A lot of you might have also noticed that I haven't included the contraction of am not. That's because am not doesn't have a contraction at all. There isn't a word called amn't in English, and a lot of people don't know this. Well, if you actually want to use a contraction instead of amn't, you can very well use the word ain't. However, ain't is very informal, it's actually slang, and also ain't is considered incorrect by some of the grammar police. Whenever you're using ain't, please also make sure to remember that ain't is the short form of am not, is not, and are not. And that means that ain't can be used with every noun actually. For example, I ain't a student, she ain't a student, they ain't students. Please take a look at would've, could've, and should've. Would've is would have, could've is could have, and should've is should have. In all the three contractions, I have removed the HA of have with an apostrophe. I have added an apostrophe there, and then I've just joined those two words together. Right. It's time to put all this information into practice. Well, I've got a little script. It's actually a conversation between two classmates and while the teacher is collecting their homework. And I'll say my dialogue, you have to say your dialogue. Your dialogue will appear on the screen. And please make sure to pay careful attention to all of the contractions used. There's at least one contraction in every sentence. So let's get started. Oh no, I haven't completed it. Oof, I don't think I'll be able to make it in time. It's no use in showing the teacher incomplete homework, is it? I ain't gonna make it in time. It's better to get scolded than to keep rushing. And it's too long anyway. Now, let's swap the places. Hey, the teacher's collecting a homework. Have you completed it? Maybe just copy my homework. I'm ready to show it to you. Don't worry, I swear you'll be able to make it in time. Well, I guess you're right. Alright, that's it for today. That's it for this video. I hope all of you have enjoyed it and I hope all of you have learned something new. And well, contractions is a really basic topic and yet it's still important. It's still important for your speech. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and a comment. And please subscribe to English with Antra for more videos like this. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye! I am is the contraction. Right, let's move on to the verbs. To leave a like and a comment. And please subscribe to simply